Hello everybody, and if you're experiencing a moment of deja vu, do not despair. Something has gone wrong. My video I put on Friday evening for some obscure reason has become deleted. I'm not sure how. I didn't intentionally do that myself. I'm trying to recover it and put it back on, and hopefully if I get things right after this, the video will play. So if you've already watched it and given it a thumbs up and made a comment, all of that might have been lost. So you may have to watch it again for me. Please, please, please have a look and help me out here, because all the likes and thumbs up and things like that on my video have all been lost together with the video. So I'm trying to put it back on. Give me a few moments, and hopefully after this little intro, the video should be there again. Thanks everyone. Oh, hello. I didn't hear you sneak in. I was so engrossed in pouring my beer, I didn't see you arrive. I'm AJ. This is the pub under the stairs. And it's a Friday night. Cheryl's on night shift. And she said, what are you going to do this evening, AJ? I said, well, there's one or two things to do in the pub. She said, I'll tell you what, you spend the evening in the pub. You deserve it. The champion. Get in. So here we are. Right, AJ, the channel's The Life's Good. This is the pub under the stairs. And if you haven't been here before, please help us out by subscribing. There's a little button that appears in that corner. You can hit that, or the usual buttons on YouTube. Please, please, please support us by subscribing to the channel and watching some of our other videos. Let's get back to today. It's Friday night. Cheryl's away for the night on night shift. I'm allowed to play in the pub under the stairs. Fantastic. And I've just poured a wonderful pint of Geordie bitter from this keg. If you've been following my videos, I think in the last one from the pub under the stairs, I kegged the Geordie bitter and I set away the Young's Harvest bitter. And tonight I'm actually kegging the Harvest bitter. I've got a keg sitting up on the worktop waiting to have the beer siphoned into it. But before I do, I wanted to show you something, because that keg is slightly different to my others. These kegs are traditional and they have the tap at the bottom here. And the keg I'm using today is what they call the King Keg top tap. And the tap is a certain distance up the side of the barrel, and I'll show you that in a minute. I need to taste this, guys. I haven't tasted it yet. Oh, the first beer of a Friday night. You can't beat that, can you? Fantastic. Right, I've been shopping and I've purchased this Young's IPA India Pale Ale kit, American IPA. This is a bit more fancy than some of the other kits I've been using. I've shown you so far using the 1 tin kit with the yeast that comes with it, and then you're adding sugar and water to make up your mix. This has got everything in the box, and what I'll do in a little while, we'll go over and look at the keg, and I'll open this and show you what's inside. And I'm going to be doing a full video on making this kit. I'm going to do it over the next few weeks and put it together as one video, so you won't see me make this until a few weeks time when it's all done and dusted, and then I'll put it all together and you'll see the whole video. But I'll open the box tonight and show you what's in here, and let's go across the other side there and I'll show you what's going on with that keg. Lovely. Right, well, this is the King Keg. Now it's called the top tap keg because the tap is a considerable height up the side of the barrel, and it's got the standard 4-inch lid, a couple of handles, and holds the same quantity of beer as the others. But what it has inside, it is this attachment. It's got this float. It's got an air container in here which keeps it on the surface of the beer, and the beer is drawn through this housing up the pipe and ultimately out through the tap. I showed you the sparkler taps that I was fitting into my kegs the last time, and on the back of the tap there's a little nozzle, and these fit on that nozzle perfectly. So whenever I put this in, I always leave it facing down in that sort of position in the beer. It sits on the surface, and as you draw the beer off, this actually follows the surface of the beer down. The advantage of this is that as the beer clears down through, the lower area of beer is probably still a bit cloudy as everything's moving down through, but the upper beer, that near the surface, is clearer. So you can actually start drawing your beer off a bit sooner with this arrangement. Now, it's quite easy to fit. I just drop it in the top of the keg, making sure it's positioned in such a way that it's going to sit and float in there, and just push the hose on the back of the tap. And this is another reason why you need a 4-inch opening in the top of your keg. As I said before, you can get cheap kegs with only a 2 or a 2.5-inch opening. You can't get your hand in, so things like this are impossible. So that's now attached to the back of the sparkler tap. These taps, whoop, water still in the tap. Sorry about that, guys, but these taps are easy to use, and I prefer them. As I said, I've got arthritis in my thumbs and wrists, and some of those taps are really tight, and or some of the taps you get with the kegs are really tight, the standard plastic swivel ones. These are so much easier. If you shop around, you can find them on the internet, various selling sites, and I've noticed that they vary in price from about £13 to £18 per tap, depending on where you shop. Have a look around, and I'm sure you'll find these if it's something you want to purchase. So I've now got that little hose attachment on the back of the tap. I've already put the sugar in here, 3 ounces of sugar, and I'm now ready to siphon my Young's Harvest Bitter into this keg. And once it's in the keg, stand it in the pub under the stairs, and I'll leave it there for a week to 10 days before that will be ready for drinking. Maybe a bit sooner if it clears quicker, and you can draw it off from the surface, as I said. So that is primed, ready for this beer to be siphoned in. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll show you how to siphon before, but before we go tonight, I am going to show you the contents of that Young's American IPA kit. The standard beer kits that I use, like the Harvest Bitter, the Geordie Bitter, and many other brands and styles, the single can with the yeast, vary in price from sort of £12 up to £16-17 per kit. You get the wort in the tin, and you get the yeast with it. Occasionally you might get some hot pellets. I find those great kits to use. They're cheap and cheerful. Your beer works out at about 40 to 50 pence per pint, something of that nature. But if you want to make something a little bit more fancy, with a bit more flavour and a bit more oomph, and to show off a bit to your friends, then you have to spend a bit more money. And you can buy these sort of kits where you have everything supplied in the box. You don't have to buy anything extra. With the tins, you have to buy sugar, brewing sugar or spray malts or combinations of. You have to buy something extra in order to make the kit. Everything is in this box. Now this one, I think I paid £28 for this. They do vary. You can get them a bit cheaper and sometimes a bit more expensive. I've not made this one before. I'm particularly keen to have a go at this one. It's made by Young's, as far as I'm aware. Young's Homebrew, and it's an American IPA, or an India Pale Ale, to give it its full name. This makes 40 pints, and they claim the average ABV is about 6.5%. So what do you get in the kit? Well, it's quite heavy. There's a lot of ingredients in here. I'll just open up the lid. The first thing you find, of course, is your instructions. Details of other kits that they provide. Very detailed instructions inside. A brewing guide and lots of hints and tips. Very useful little leaflet. Gives you everything you need to know to make this into your beer. Instead of a tin in this one, you have to excuse me, the siphoning's just finished behind me here and is making a bit of a squidgy noise. Thank you. Instead of a tin, they put their mix in a pouch. It's very heavy. If I can get this out, you get a large pouch. There's 3 kilos of beer mix in there. This will need to be softened in the warm water before pouring. But as I said, it's not a tin, it's a pouch or a pack there, and contains all the malt, hops and barley to make the beer. So there's your mixture. I'll just lie that down. In addition, they give you the brewing sugar. So you get a kilo of brewing and winemaking sugar. So you don't have to go out and buy any more. It's here in the kit. So you've got your kilo of sugar to go with your mixture. And also sitting in here, you've got your yeast, a large sachet of yeast. Now this sachet is considerably larger than the little sachets you get with the tin type kits. So you're getting 20 grams of US West Coast beer yeast here to go with this. So that's good. And in addition, you get a small packet of hop pellets. What have we got in here? 100 grams of American IPA hop pellets. And you add these at a later stage. You start the kit off in the bucket. After several days, you add these. You let it continue fermenting, and then you siphon your beer into your keg. And you definitely need your siphon sock, because these will leave lots of little bits in the beer. So you get your hop pellets as well. And this beer is a particularly hoppy flavoured beer, if you like that. And finally, they even give you the 3 ounces or 85 grams of priming sugar to prime the keg prior to siphoning your liquid in. So everything that you need to make your American IPA is in this box. The only thing you haven't got here, obviously, is the equipment and also your sterilizing product. You will need to sterilize all the equipment before you use it. You will need a bucket to prepare all this in, and ultimately a keg or bottles, if you want to go that way, to put the beer in after fermentation. So for about £28, you get all of these ingredients ready to make a quality beer at home. I hope you found that interesting. I'm looking forward to making that IPA kit. I've never made it before. It looks good. It's got everything you need in it, apart from the water and the equipment. So away we go. It's Friday night. I'm going to have a few more beers and chill out this evening. I'm struggling a little bit, I must admit. If I've been standing funny or sitting funny, that's because I currently have a fractured rib. It happened a couple of weeks ago actually, and I've been nursing it ever since, and I keep hitting it, knocking it, lying on it, and believe me, it's given me grief. So I apologise if I've been wincing or leaning funny during this video. Right, before we go, someone gave me a beer mat as a gift. And it's a picture of a man smoking a cigar. But it's a slogan on here that caught my eye, or made me laugh actually. It says, "Age doesn't matter unless you're a cheese." I thought that was quite amusing. I'm keeping this in the little pub under the stairs, and I will be using that to sit my glass on. So, age doesn't matter unless you're a cheese. Well said. On that note, I'm going to go. Whatever you're doing, you take care. Look after each other. Stay safe. Be happy. Hit the subscribe button, the thumbs up, all those things. And come back and see us again soon. We'd love to have you here in the Life's Good, and indeed, the pub under the stairs. Cheers, everyone. Oh, wonderful. I'll have a couple more of those this evening, I think. Bye-bye.